if the dispatchers had any other comments that they wanted to bring forward to me, so.
And how would they bring those comments forward?
Just tell me, or they might send internal messages. You can do that.
Yeah, okay.
But that early in the day, everybody would have been changed at the same time, and some people would have been there carried over from the night, and so it would have been probably by verbal if anything like that was exchanged.
Right.
And in most cases, it would be verbally that send it on to me.
So with respect, I'll go back to the police car, the cop car that the perpetrator was operating. So that was a later reveal for you that he was operating a police car.
Correct.
I just want to ask you, I want to go back to one of your comments about the fact that the call sign was, I think you said it, the only distinguishable trait about the vehicle, and as such, it would look like many of the other cars on the road, and it may cause some panic if you just issued an alert or a notice about
that was my belief, yes. Yeah.
Okay, that's a fair. Now, I'm just wondering, because we did hear like some evidence from Constable Fahey, for example, that looked at that same 727 picture and was able to observe a push bar sticking out at the end. Did anyone talk about a push bar on the vehicle, and that may be a distinctive feature of the vehicle?
So I've never listened to any of my recordings or any of the transcripts. I've read the transcripts of the police logs.
Yeah, take your time, sir, if you want to grab some water too.
This is a point of issue for me. There was two officers that mentioned that. I've asked DOJ lawyers, I've asked MPF lawyers how they know it. They spotted it, and we're going to listen back. Right. I'm sorry. When I read back on the transcripts, there's two officers that comment about that push bar. One's on the Colchester. I think it was somewhere around the Wentworth shooting. And there's another member later on. On East Hits, I mentioned it. I didn't hear it either time. I wish this is one of those regrets. If that had been pointed out, told to me, then we could have did an all radio broadcast. Gave members heads up. Because if we have any cars, and I don't think we do, on the road, we could have pulled them off. And it would have made a big difference, because Constable McDonald would have had a heads up when he drove onto that vehicle. He saw the push bar in Wentworth. And from that point forward, we don't know how things could have changed. Because it only takes one difference. I have to live with that. And I've lived with it for 2+ years. There's other members that have to live with that same thing for 2+ years. It's not an easy thing to have to. I didn't know it. I didn't see it. And if they, and I'm not blaming anybody. That they might have been wrong too. It might not have been a push bumper. At the end, we might have been looking for something that wasn't there. It was. But I wish if that had been out, we could have put an announcement out there in regards to listen, everybody, make sure you're looking for, the vehicle you're looking for has a push bar in the front. And Constable McDonald, he saw the vehicle travel past him, but he didn't catch it till he actually went past him, and the guy smiled at him, is what I remember reading in that transcript. Well, you could see this black bar from the front very clearly, and he would have had, as long as along the line of sight, is to give him a heads up to kind of register it, figure out what's going on, and from that point decide how to engage. It wasn't heard. 2 people did say it.
Thank you so much, Staff Sergeant. I'm just going to leave it this way with you. If you feel like you want to break, you just let us know.
No, that's fine. No, thank you. Sorry.
No need to be sorry. You just, if you want to break, you can have it, and if you want to keep going, you can keep going.
I'm fine.
Mr. Bryson.
Thank you, Staff Sergeant, I for your candor, and I'm very sorry for your loss.
No. I live with that every day, sir.
But just so you know where I'm coming from.
Yep.
Where I'm coming from is my concern that if there was an active shooter in Nova Scotia tomorrow, I don't know what systems are in place to make sure that the information that's obtained early on, and that there's continuity in the flow of that information. So that's really what I'm trying to get at, is I'm just picking different pieces of information that didn't seem to make its way through the chain.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the Lisa Banfield, the fact that she emerged from the woods at 6:30, and unfortunately you weren't even apprised of that until 7:30.
Might even be a little later than that.
Might have even been later. So that's an hour. You as risk manager are not even aware of that important details.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is I just want to bring up a CAD file.